Good evening, witches. Let me just get Instagram all rolling here. There we are. Oh, wait. Okay, go live. There we are. Such a funky system. Anyway, welcome. Who needs to chill the heck out? Me. Whew. So, thank you for joining. If this is your first time, these are sometimes they're meditative coloring sessions, and I will probably gear more towards that tonight. Sometimes we chit chat or joke around a lot. I guess just depending on my mood and how much talking I'm doing. But I feel like chilling out. I need to chill out. So, chill out we shall. And they're instruction free coloring sessions, which means sometimes I explain what I'm doing and sometimes I don't. Feel free to color along with me and copy the colors I'm doing if you want to do the same page or not. Just do whatever book you want, whatever page you want, whatever colors, etc. So it's up to you. Hi, Laura, and hi, Tina. So today I'm coloring in Coloring Book of Shadows, Green Witch's Herbal by me, Amy Chesery. And here's a quick flip of the pages I've done so far. They've all been a lot of fun. And I'm just going to go in order and do this one today. So I was looking at sloe berries, which are the blackthorn berries. And I'm sticking with my color palette from last week. Seems legit for this page too. Oh, sorry, I bonked the camera. Sloe berries are they're a little more blue, but I'm kind of feeling this plum color here. So I think I'm going to go with that. I was going to add more greens. Oh, let me get my pencil sharpener. There it is. I was thinking of doing like a bright green mood, but I don't know. I'm thinking I like this plum. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm feeling that. Feeling purple. Yeah, Julia, your favorite time of the week. Aw, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's nice. It's a nice little break. Hi, Bianca. How are you? I haven't seen your name pop up in a bit. Thanks for joining. Okay. Yeah, I sort of have this envisioned in my head, but not really. A little bit. It's kind of hard to... I don't know. Sometimes I can envision how it'll look in my head better than other times. Today, it's a little bit so-so. Like, I spent all morning painting the same thing over and over 3 times, and it didn't turn out right any of the 3 times, but that's okay. It's always like, I don't know what the word is. Good to practice. Always worthwhile, I guess. That's what I was going to say. Got a nice little breeze going outside. I have the door open so I can hear the wind. I'll be darkening this up later too. I just thought I'd start real light and get some color in and get the shape I want. I want to turn this square into a circle, which is fun. I have a warped sense of fun. Oh, goodness. That's okay. I guess we all have our own sense of fun. I would rather be doing this than socializing or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to socialize, but I kind of like it when I'm doing an activity with people, like walking, or hard for me to just sit and talk for very long, you know? Oh, exciting day tomorrow, too. I get to show you the cover of the planner for Magical 2026. I'll be posting it, but it'll also come to your email if you're on my email list. Well, this is already very relaxing. I feel better. I'm enjoying the coloring super light, like not putting a lot of color down at once. It feels really good to me. Like super light pressure. Julia, you were telling me about that, weren't you? You're working on pressing light with pencils. Such a game changer. And it really goes against, like when you're writing with a pencil, you press real hard compared to coloring. So it's a very different feel. It's almost like you gotta relearn. And holding the pencil like farther back instead of like way up here, like if you hold it back this way, that helps a lot. Okay, I got this cool little oval going on. Who's that? Wendy. Hi, Annette. Hi, Wendy. Wendy Brent Hoover. I always laugh when I see your name now because sometimes I read things really quickly, and that one time I called you Brenda because Brent Hoover, I was just reading Brenda. I don't know. So my nickname for you is Brenda. Every time I see your name now, I'm like, Wendy, no, Brenda, no, Wendy. How's it going, Wendy? Okay, well, that's looking very nice. I think I'm going to darken it up later, but for now, I'm going to keep going. Tatianka is excited for the cover. Me too. It's, I don't know if it's different. It definitely fits. Definitely fits in line with the previous versions. But it's a fresh color. It's a fresh color that we haven't done. Annette, you were saying your pencils were breaking. Yeah, because you were pressing hard. Yeah, it's very different. I mean, it's than writing, like writing pressure, like holding a pencil and writing your name. It's completely different technique. So it goes without saying that it's a transition. Like I think a lot of people tend to press hard because we're trained to write. You know, that's what we're used to. So just different. Just a little bit of a different skill. I do miss my markers though, so I don't know, maybe next week. I kind of am a creature of habit, so now that I'm in this book, I'm like want to continue with it, but I was looking at some of the stuff I did in marker before I took the break. Oh man, it was so great. It was so good. So I don't know. So many crafts, so little time, I guess. I'm loving this too. Like these pages I've done in pencil have been really fun. So, I don't know. I'm also enjoying just using this one color. It feels nice. Wendy, you graduated? Nice. Oh, were you writing a fantasy book? Was that you or someone else writing a fantasy series? That's cool. Good. Congrats. Yes, writing and editing full time. Rewarding, but difficult. For me, anyway. It's always like, oh, yes, I know exactly what I'm going to say in the book. And then you sit down to write it, and it's like, oh, I've come up against a wall. It always seems easier in your mind, but that's okay. It's just part of the process. Keep going. Keep going, Wendy. You can do it. Tina, you also miss markers. I know. I'll get back to it one of these days. Okay. So now I have decisions to make, or I can just put them off. Let's put them off. Put some of the other colors in here so I can see what it looks like. Kind of want to decide if I'm what I'm gonna do with these other squares here. So I'll do my background. Your book is almost ready. That's amazing, Wendy. Send me a link. I want to read it. Very curious. I love to read people's books. Quite honestly. Like any of my friends who ever write books, I always am curious. One of my friends has a really cool fiction podcast. It's called Cozy Horror. So it's like spooky stories. It's not too horror. They're pretty light because I'm not into horror. Like I like spooky things and like a little bit of ooky spookies. But I'm not into like anything too scary or gory. Like even Wednesday kind of pushed the gore a little bit in season 2 for me. But I still enjoyed it. But my friend's podcast, Cozy Horror, check it out. It's cool. Her last episode is like, it's going to continue. The first few are like just short stories, and then she's writing like a short series. Like it'll be like 6 episodes long. So we're eagerly awaiting the second episode, which I think will be this week. Okay, and I have made a decision. This is going to be parchment, not purple or green. All right. Good times. Oh, Wendy is writing in several genres. Excellent. That's cool. I haven't been reading a lot of fiction lately, but I do enjoy it. Or watching. I've been reading painting books, which is kind of weird. Oh, the name, A Most Bookish Wizard. The name of the podcast again? Yes. It's called Cozy Horror. And the the graphic, it's on like Spotify, Apple, it's on all the places. The graphic is like a little ghost, a colorful little ghost wearing headphones. Cozy Horror by Julie Hopkins. It's really cute. It's spooky and cute. It's great. It's freaking great. I wish her lots of success with it because I've been enjoying the stories. Yeah, it's just fun. It's like a nice little thing to listen to. She does a great job with the production, like cool sound effects and cool music, and she's a really sweet lady. She's a good person. So, Sunshine and Cyanide. Yes, add it to your list. Maybe you'll like it. I think you will. If you like spooky stories that are fun and spooky, I think you'll like it. Just a nice thing to pass a little time, you know, if you're listening while doing whatever's. There's a big glare. Took up the Crayola challenge. Oh, Julia's a bookworm, so she reads a lot of books. And Wendy is using only Crayolas now. They're not so bad. I don't know. Like I've said before, I like to just show people that you don't need to use fancy pencils. I keep saying to myself that I'm going to go back to Prismacolors. And I might, but this is fine for now. It's really hard for me to change gears, I guess, I'll admit. Like once I'm doing something and I like it, I just like Sunshine and Cyanide is a horror junkie. But likes cozy too, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not hardcore horror. But it's fun. It's super fun. It's nice. That's what's nice about having lots of different genres and options. There's something for everyone. I've really tried to be more hardcore in my tastes. It just didn't work. I'm still like a 12-year-old kind of, which is fine. Okay. I'm doing a pretty rough job of this, but that's okay. Feels nice to just let loose a little bit. Okay. Progress has been made. This looks nice. And sticking with my colors that I've been doing in this book so far. I don't know. Consistency. I used to think consistency was boring, but I think I've changed my tune on that. I think consistency is very comforting to me at this point. This pencil needs to be sharpened, but I'm just going to keep going. You know, oh, question. Bye, Wendy. Jessica, how many colors am I doing? Like, on this page? I have only used 4. I used plum, and correct me if I'm answering the wrong question. I used plum, which is like the purple. And then I used sand, which is like this very light color. And then I used antique brass, which is like this brownish one. And now I'm using this harvest gold. So I'm up to 4. And then we'll see. I have these ones out, but I don't think I'll use them all. We talked about that a lot last week too. Like, someone was asking about, oops, sorry. Oh, yes, I'm using for this book, you mean? For the page I'm coloring? I'm sorry, Jessica. I just want to make sure I'm answering the right question. How many colors am I using for this page? Is that what you're asking? No more than this, but probably not all of those. Because but let's add some more colors. Let's add green. Okay, thank you. Good, I answered your question properly. I'm using this cool bright green, which is kind of fun. Yeah, like I was wondering, how many colors am I using in life? In painting, in books? I've been using, for the full color books, I've been using a standard palette, which is my set of colors. And it's cool. It's really helpful, actually. I was not sure the first year, 2023, I think I went High Spirit, Jaded Wolf. Sorry, I'm stopping mid-sentence to answer questions. This is Green, which is Herbal by me, Amy Chesery. Yeah, so the first year I did the full color book in 2023, the planner, I really went off palette a lot, which was fine. It still was cool. Very cool. But now that I get more into it, I just, yeah, something about the consistency. I don't know. And staying more on palette, like I thought it would be too constricting or too similar, but it's actually not. For me, anyway, I think. Your opinion may vary. But this is turning out fun with purple and green and gold, like secondary colors going on here. I don't know if I started the sentence or not, but I was going to say I don't think I've ever had sloe berry anything. So sloe berries are the blackthorn berries, and you can make like a jam, and I think some alcohol from it, some other things. I don't think I've ever had it. I don't know if I've ever had gooseberries either. Yeah, tell me in the comments if you've had slow berries or gooseberries. What are they like? Are they yummy? Okay, that's a smoky quartz, and I just did it very, very basic. I just made it look kind of brownish. All right. Now maybe time to step back and think a little bit. Or not. Oops, this pencil is broken. Elderberry syrup. Oh, that sounds amazing. Did you make, is it like a sweet syrup or like a medicinal syrup? I think you can do both. Okay, a little flames, little cauldron. Then I have a decision to make. I have made the decision. I'm going to make it purple. Yeah, I'm trying to like decide and not like get lost in indecision, because I found myself lost in indecision over the planner cover color. Speaking of color, and it was super annoying. I think I mentioned this a couple times, but like that feeling of like, I don't know what to choose. It was just, it's okay. I mean, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you got to ponder or weigh the odds. I mean, that's all fine. That's all fine. But I was just like, I guess not trusting myself. And that was the part that was annoying. So I have reclaimed that. And I'm like deciding. Like, sometimes deciding quickly, like with your gut feeling. I mean, especially like this is this is a small choice. Do I color the cauldron purple or gray? Oh, I'm reading Tianka's description of gooseberries. Oh, an interesting texture. Interesting texture, and they have a lot of pectin. So is that like kind of like how blueberries are a little kind of gummy? Very interesting. Yeah, I think I need to find some gooseberries. Now that we're talking about it, I want to try all the berries. I want to try all the berries I haven't tried yet, which are at least gooseberries and flowberries. Probably some more. Purple cauldron, speaking of choices, that was an excellent choice. Looks great. Okay. Ooh, Jessica's elderberry syrup is sweet and medicinal. Fabulous. What an awesome thing to do. Okay, and then speaking of color palettes, I'm kind of sticking with what I got here. The green was very bright, like here and here. So maybe a little unbalanced. So I'm adding more in to like work it into the page a little bit. Maybe a couple of those should have been orange, but that's okay. can always add in a little more orange. Looking good. Oh, so gooseberries are even more gummy-ish than blueberries. Very interesting. I always think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because they were really excited about a gooseberry pie. That's, I think, the first time I ever heard of gooseberries was in Snow White. Okay. Now it is time for the darkening. My favorite part. I have a darker purplish blue too that I might use here. I know blackthorn berries, sloe berries are like a little more bluish, but I was feeling this purple color, so they're kind of purpley blue. Thought I'd go purple. Did I mention that in these chill coloring sessions, we try our best to let go of expectations of the outcome? Not judge how our page looks. Not that I'm judging how my page looks, but... Tatianka smuggled your gooseberry bush from Russia. Wow. That's hardcore. I love that story. Very cool. A most bookish wizard asks if I will be coloring in Season of the Witch, my Samhain book, in October. Possibly, I could. Not a bad idea. It's hard for me to make a shift. Like I said, like I get stuck on I'm on a train and I don't get off. But that's a good idea. I could consider it. I did want to color some more pages in that book. Because I have a few that I did. But yeah, not too many. I've only done like maybe 3 or 4. Maybe starting the end of October too. It's a bigger book, so the pages will take longer, which is fine. Sunshine and Cyanide says literal icon. Is that referring to the smuggling of the gooseberry bush from Russia? That's what comes to my mind, because yeah, freaking cool. Gotta get those gooseberries. All right. Another vote to color in Season of the Witch. Not that this is the democracy of any sort. It is a witch-tatorship, which, yes, is a witch and a potato that make all the decisions without your input. But I am a benevolent witch-tator for the most part. I will take it into consideration. Yes, we're all very impressed that you smuggled the gooseberry bush from Russia. Incredibly cool. That's something to be proud of. Just in case you weren't. You should be. Okay, and I am seeing bright color, and I want to dull it down. So I have some ideas here. Let's see. After I do this, it feels nice to be a little messy right now, so I'm just going to let myself go outside the lines. Oh, I didn't do the letters. Gotta do those letters. Okay, let's do the letters. Tatianka is walking while watching the video. You are a skilled individual. And she just came about a big bunch of mugwort. How lovely. I love walking, I gotta say. Walking is freaking great. Okay, I'm just gonna do these simple. I don't have the brain space to do like a gradient or anything right now. But this bit of color here is helping to solidify my theme on the page. And what else? I'm just going to keep it simple. Add a little bit of the parchment color. Just to dull that down a little bit. Okay, and then this one called Outer Space. It's like this very dark blue. And I love it for kind of dulling down colors, especially purpley, bluey colors. But it works to like dull down a lot of things. It's like a shadowy color, I guess, because it's like a dark, dark blue. So it's kind of a nice. If I notice that it's a little brighter than I had anticipated, I can use this Outer Space pencil and dull it down a little bit. I'm sure there are some other colors that would work for this too, but I kind of like this bluish one. Just add some depth and richness to it. A little bit spooky. My mind, okay, Tatianka, we need to know. My mind is now coming up with all the different ways that you smuggled it, the gooseberry bush, out of Russia. Like, how big was the bush? I'm imagining you with like a satchel and you're like looking over your shoulder and you have like a bush sticking out of the satchel. Or was it small? Was it like a little seedling? I don't know. Maybe don't tell me because then it will ruin the picture I have in my mind. You know the Hamburglar from McDonald's commercial? He's like looking all sneaky and he has a satchel of hamburgers and like wearing a mask. That's sort of how I'm seeing it in my mind. Anyway. Yeah, this outer space blue is actually great. I'm gonna kind of dull down this green a little bit too. It's definitely helping. Because while I wanted to add green, I guess maybe that's one thing about the Crayola greens. They're really bright. Even the darker ones are like super bright. So sometimes like dulling it down a little bit, for my taste anyway. Like if you're not going for the brightest green, is a good move. Okay. I'm going to stand up and shake out my eyeballs and look at this from a distance. Because when you look at something way up close, you can kind of get lost in it. Or I can anyway. I don't know about you. I have to like look at it from a distance and kind of like, I don't know, shake my eyes. A little darker on the letters, but it's looking good. I think it's, let's see. I think I'm going to do a little bit like I did here. I added green to the brownish parts. And I think I'm going to do similar, but this time I'm going to go plum. Like I'm not going to totally color this in purple, but I'm going to add a little bit of the color. Because contrast-wise, this square is pretty light. And a little bit bland. Which is fine. I just want to add a little more interest to it. And kind of blend it into the page a little bit by adding just a hint of the purple. More purple. I was going to add a little, and it's still a little, but I don't know. It was calling for more. So who am I to say no? And then this too, but probably less, because the cauldron is already purpley, and balancing that out a little bit. Got a dark line in there, but that's okay. Just leave it. Adds to the mystique. Beautiful. Okay, gonna stand up again. Look from a distance. Oh yes, that made a big difference. Just sort of brought the page together, maybe. Kind of diffused the contrast a little bit, so it's a little more cohesive, I think. Okay. Finishing up here. Let's see. Quite lovely. I feel like this square, is this the right pencil? Yeah. I mean, this is like a note space, ideally, or a space for your own, excuse me, a space for your own drawing, but the contrast is a little strong. Again, it's fine. It's just a matter of taste. But I think I will. Oh, you know what else I can do is add brown to it. I might do that. Sometimes erasing can blend it too without taking all the color off. Let's see. I might add some brown though. I think that will give me the result I'm looking for. Because I like the amount of purple on this page. I just think this is like a little too much light coming through here. I wanted this page a little darker. So sort of like how I added purple to the brown here, I'm doing the opposite. I'm adding brown to the purple. And I like the effect. It makes it a little more earthy, like earthy purple. Yes. Kind of looks like diffused light now. Like, I don't know. Not quite as bright, like a little bit more muted. Very nice. All right. Well, I think that about does it I'm just seeing. And this is the part where I could go on forever. Like once I start darkening things up, and it's fun. And feel free to continue darkening, adding shadows. It's like the nicest thing about pencils, I think, is it's really easy to keep going. You can keep like deepening it if you want. It's like safe to do so. Like markers, you got to be a little bit more careful with that because it's less forgiving, but pencils you can kind of go in pretty slow and darken it up the shadows like without going too far too fast. So I like that. All right. Ooh, this is moody and beautiful. Sort of what I was hoping for, so I think mission accomplished. Shadowy corners. A little bit of accent color. Mostly sticking with the purple and brown theme here. Ta-da! Lovely. Okay, do I want to color that? No, I'm going to just leave it. I'm just going to stop here. Oh, might as well. Might as well add some metallic watercolor. It's always my favorite part, so why deny myself the pleasure? Oh no, I missed some comments. I'm sorry. We're saying prayers and lighting a candle for someone, but I don't know why, but I will do the same. Unfortunately, I can't scroll back right now, but I will look later when it's posted on Facebook. Sometimes it's hard to catch up on the comments. I hope everyone is okay. I know Tina's been working hard on her splatter technique like for 3 years. And I think she's finally got the hang of it. So round of applause, Tina. You didn't give up. Am I splattering? I will be splattering, Tina. Would you like to join me? I know you have a love-hate relationship with it. I love it. I know some people think it's a cheap trick, but I don't care. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the outcome. So I'm just doing the edges with a little gold. It's kind of transparent, shiny, like depending what light you look at, but kind of transparent. So it covers up, it does cover up what I colored, but not too much. Just a little bit. It sort of blends it in. And then I like to just like streak it on too. I don't know why. I just like the look. I guess I like the way it sparkles in the light, like when you turn the page side to side. I like that. I like a little sparkle. A little sparkle with my darkness, I guess. some streaks. All right, that's about it. Okay, stop, hand. Ugh. Got a mind of its own. All right. Okay, so Tina, I think the way that works best for me to splatter is you put the one with the paint on the top and then put something underneath, like another pencil. It tends to go more downward when you do it that way. If you go like this, it goes up. But like, practice and see for yourself. But for me, yeah, doing this points it downwards, which is what you want. Otherwise it like gets all over you. And it might still. So be careful and use like water-based paints. And don't do it like on your fancy furniture. Oops, sorry. Don't do it on your fancy furniture, or don't wear your dry clean only sweater while you do this splatter technique. Okay. I really want to color this gold. Okay, just do it. Just do it. All right. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! Magical. A little dark, a little moody. Some good color contrast. And that's it for today. So that's my next one. And it's a lot darker and moodier than this one. I loved how this one came out. It was so bright and light. And was great for birch. The energy of that. But just a quick look at what I've done so far. I'm seeing a lot of purples, which is great. And that's that. So we'll see you next week. Ooh, I like this. I like the mood. We'll see you next week. I will either, well, one of three things will happen. I will either color this next page. I will go back to using markers in a Bold and Easy book, or I will start in on Season of the Witch and do some Samhain colors. So I will decide, and I will see you then. So thank you for joining me. I hope you had a great time. I know I certainly did. I feel a lot better. So thank you for being here with me and doing some chill coloring. And I will see you next time.